Hi, I'm John Haroff. I'm a senior materials engineer.
And I'm Stefan Teodoro. I'm also a senior in materials engineering.
And welcome to the Fabrication Lab tour. Let's go take a look. This is the teaching lab. So this facility was built by the state to be both a teaching facility and a facility for industrial use. So this is the teaching fab part. In this, you'll get to create your own device in one of our courses. That's always very exciting. And as we move down, we have the main fab as well, that you'll see in a second. And in here, we have several different bays. The bays contain a photolithography bay where we can actually pattern our wafers to create our devices. We also have a thin film deposition bay, along with an etching bay. And the last bay has other things like atomic layer deposition as well. So we can actually create devices to make cool things like your phone, batteries, everything to power our current society.
All right, and then over here is the thin film deposition tunnel that you'll be able to see here. This is where I do a lot of my work. We do thin film deposition on sapphire substrates. And we've got several machines to do that with here. Moving on, we have etching and lithography tunnels over here. You'll notice the light is more yellow here. This is just to make sure that we don't overexpose our photoresist. Moving on further back, we have more etching, and then unfortunately you won't be able to see here, but one of the really cool devices we have is the ALD deposition reactor, and this is just something you can use to set down very, very thin layers. As a matter of fact, the thinnest possible layer you can have a material which is one atomic layer. All right, welcome to the Gowing Chamber. This is where we gown up to go into the Fab Lab. Really, all we need to make sure is that we're not spreading contamination to any of our samples, most of which are very sensitive. And even if we're not working personally with sensitive samples, other people are, so we always have to make sure that we've got boots, full gown, headdress, and for those with hair on our chin, beard mask as well.
This is the atomic layer deposition tool. With this, we can actually control the deposition of our materials to the atomic level. We essentially deposit layer by layer with atomic precision. Hi, this is the photolithography bay. And here we actually have yellow light to not overexpose our photoresist when we're doing photo processing. So in here we also have mask aligners. We can spin on photoresist, and we can also develop the photoresist after we've exposed it to create the patterns to make our devices. This is the teaching lab where you'll be taking a class and you'll actually be processing your own silicon wafer to create a device. This is the mask aligner. You'll be acquainted with this during that process. And then we use the rest of this lab to finish making the device. This is the Electrometer. We essentially use optics to measure film thicknesses and also analyze film composition as well. Hi, this is the Exploration Lab. In here we have things like glove boxes. We also have wire bonding. We can take Raman measurements. We can really just do a whole lot of stuff in here. We have this really nice vacuum system over here, the Gen Explorer. Over here in this corner, we also have the SEM where we can take very close looks at our samples and see what's going on at a microscopic level. This is the SEM. This is where we can take microscopic images of our samples to analyze them. We also have the capability of EDS, where we can do elemental analysis of our samples as well to tell what's on there.
Exploratory chamber, Stefan, take one. So over here we have the cyclic voltammetry station. Here we go ahead and test all sorts of coin cells, so batteries that are made using thin film technology. So over here is where you'd plug your batteries in, and then you can run these for as many cycles as you need. Stefan, main fab, take 5. All right, welcome to the main fab. This is a thin film deposition tunnel. Over here we have the sputter deposition tools here and here. This is really what I spend most of my time working with, just because they're such important tools for the research that I do. So a lot of what I'll be looking at is deposition of indium tin oxide on sapphire substrate. So what I'll do is I'll put my samples in here, pass them through the low lock and into this chamber right here where we do the deposition. This is a slightly newer system over here. It does all the same things that that system does, but with a little bit more automation. And then we also have thermal evaporator and e-beam tools right here. Better?
I like it.
Cool. Stefan, etching tunnel, take 2. All right, welcome to the etching tunnel. So we just went over deposition. Over here we do etching. So we've put material down on our substrate and now we want to take some away. Using photolithography combined with these two processes, we can make all sorts of things. In my case, I'm making interdigitated structures. So what I do is I'll use this chlorine etcher right here. I put my sample in and I'll bombard it with a mix of ion milling, so basically just hitting it really hard with ionized particles, and chemical etching. So I'm using certain chemistries to remove some of the material that I don't want on my substrate and leaving behind the one that I'm interested in.